If the O-line come out and block for somebody else and they don't block for Caden, then there's a problem. And I can see what the problem was. I tweeted on X. I said, okay, I see what's going on. I saw when Ryan Staub came into the game, it was a whole lot of cheering. When Juju came into the game, it was medium-sized cheering. When Caden started the game, it wasn't no kind of cheering. I'm like, oh, okay, y'all got y'all favorites. So the school's favorite is Ryan Staub because he's been around. I think he's an original Buff. That makes sense, right? But then I noticed how excited the sideline got, all of the other players, and even Caden was excited for Ryan Staub. I said, I see what's going on here. Coach Prime brought in Caden, had him compete with Juju, but everybody else felt like Caden was the best guy for the job. And I watched Pat Shumur tonight grinning like a Cheshire cat because he felt like he did something. He didn't call the kind of game he called last week, but he was excited today. Why? Maybe he's responsible for the fact that all three of them were in the game today. And I think he felt like Ryan Staub was the better candidate, so he set up Caden last week, and he set up Caden today. All I want to know from the right side of the O-line, 71, 53, and 55, how much they paying y'all? Because I noticed they don't never pay Jordan Seaton. They don't never get Jordan Seaton to throw his career in the trash can. They always seem to get the right side of the O-line. And let's be clear. There is somebody on the right side of the O-line who was on the right side of the O-line last year who did the same thing to Shedeur. And other people noticed it. Because they said, okay, is it just me? Are they protected for Staub? No, I'm like, it's not you. So here's the thing. Coach Prime is being undermined. Whether it's by the other players, whether it's by Pat Shumur, or whether it's by somebody kicking down the right side of the O-line, just like they did in the Nebraska game. Because you ain't going to tell me it's a coincidence that this keeps happening as we have black QBs getting ready to head to the NFL. You ain't going to tell me that. You're not going to tell me that that's not the problem. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Only Caden and Juju was sacked today. Unless the internet don't know what the hell it's talking about. Ryan Staub wasn't sacked today, but he does have negative yards on rushing. But he wasn't sacked today. But our little freshman, who shouldn't have been out there, was sacked today. He didn't have the coverage he needed. And neither did Caden. So it says to me that when people want to throw a CU game, just go ahead on over to the right side. Because, see, the only way you stop Shedeur was to upend his drive with him getting sacked, and that's what happened to Caden. See, this is why Caden's numbers are still better than Staub. This is why Caden still has the best accuracy on the team, because he was set up. And I heard Coach Prime say something in his interview today. Coach Prime said he prayed on it. And I know why he had to pray on it, because he made the decision to name Caden the starter. Now, we talked about before the game how there were people who wanted Juju to be the guy. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Why you can't just respect Coach Prime's decision as if he don't know what he's doing? And then Juju gets out there, and after the first, I said, I'm glad this happened. I'm glad he's getting his feet wet on the field, but let's move it along. And then here comes Staub, and everybody's cheering because that tells me that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. I said, oh, this is why Caden got put on lockdown last week. This is why Caden is not being, this is why they're not covering for him, right? Because they won't Staub. Staub is a sophomore. He ain't gonna go nowhere. If he been down all this damn time, people feel like he should be the starter because he been there all this damn time. And people felt the same way when Charlie Offerdall was on the ground, that he should be the running back because he been there all this time. But I guarantee you, if Kirby Smart chooses a quarterback, nobody undermines him. This is what I don't like. If Caden was a bad quarterback, you wouldn't have to set him up for Ryan Staub to look better. You wouldn't. And Caden is still the most accurate QB. So if you, just like Shedeur in Cleveland, if you give him the same coverage that they giving Dylan, then Shedeur gonna look good, Caden gonna look good. They would never do this to Kirby Smart. Whoever he say the quarterback is who the goddamn quarterback is. And when that quarterback leaves and he go get another quarterback, they don't say the identity of the Georgia Bulldogs is gone. Only Coach Prime. And then they want to tack on, yeah, he's mentally, having issues with his sons being gone. All they trying to say is Coach Prime is incompetent. All they said in the box all night in the first quarter was Colorado don't know who they are, but Delaware does. Hell, I said that. Now, here's what they're saying. Oh, you done made a mess. Because now you got 3 quarterbacks, and who the hell you going to start? Because guess what? If you go back to Cater Salter, they just going to riot. This is only happening because they wanted Staub to be the quarterback. Staub is a damn sophomore. And people are saying that actually Ponder beat him out in the offseason. Why I didn't see Ponder? See, this is my problem right here. If you're going to have a little competition, I'm going to need everybody to be involved so I can get the best 2. The QB1 and the QB2. We got 4 quarterbacks, possibly 5. All of them just need to line up and let me get the best 2. Because Coach Prime made a decision and people want to overturn it and it to be Juju. Well, you see, that didn't work out. And then there was another faction that wanted to be Ryan Staub. Okay, you're going to get your way. Because we got Houston next, and they coming off a dominant 2-0. They 2-0 in a dominant fashion. They didn't win by 5 points. They won 2 games just like we won this game. And I told you, Cater, is still the most accurate QB, but y'all don't trust Coach Prime judgment. Y'all want to second guess it because Ryan Staub is an original buff. And how dare this black man come in here and pick all these black quarterbacks, but not pick this white one, because that's what the hell they doing. And if you ask me, Pat Shumur isn't on it. And I don't know who the hell is paying the right side of the O-line, but we're going to look into that bullshit. You're not going to tell me that you're going to set up Shador the same way you set up Cater and Juju, and all of a sudden it don't happen to Ryan Staub. And 71, 53, 55 are all black. So people think we can't see it. We ain't stupid just because you think we dumb. We see what the hell you doing. You undermining Coach Prime, trying to say he not fit for the job because you want Ryan Staub to be the quarterback. He a damn sophomore. He will be there next year. Caden is a damn senior. And as the numbers prove, Caden is still the most accurate QB. And if they were comparing apples to apples, Caden would be the one with the 2 damn touchdowns, but y'all didn't want him in the game. I'm of the mindset, I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you what you think you want. There was a reason why Coach Prime didn't choose Ryan Staub as the starter. There was a reason why he didn't choose Juju. And everybody that wanted it to be them. You're going to find out why. It was Cater Salter. Shame on y'all for trying to sabotage that young man's career and get him hurt because you want somebody else to be the quarterback that Coach Prime didn't pick. But you believe whatever the hell Kirby Smart say. You don't second guess Kirby Smart. Hell, you don't second guess Nick Saban either. If he tell you NIL is ruining the sport, your ass believe it. But you want to second guess Deion Sanders, one of the damn best athletes in the world to ever do it, came in to see you with a winning record because he's black. And you think it's okay to sabotage Caden, Shador, and Juju because you want Ryan Staub. All right, you're going to get it because we in last place. Thanks to Pat Shumur's trash play calling in the Georgia Tech game and Doc Livingston too. You're going to get what you wanted. You're going to go right back to irrelevancy. That's what you're going to do. Because if Cater sky up, I don't know what you're going to do because Juju not ready. And y'all don't want it to be him either. Because if Juju was getting ready to head to the league next year, you do the same thing to him. Because why he had to get sacked today? But Ryan Staub didn't. So you're going to get what you want. You want to keep second guessing a black head coach, but you don't second guess Kirby Smart. All right. I ain't going to argue with you. I just want to know how much they get paid on the right side of the O-line. Because it must be good money. Matter of fact, it must be better money than the NFL, or they don't believe in themselves. They willing to take whatever they being offered. Because they done did it before, and 2 of them are new. And that's why nobody from last year should have came back, because now look. It ain't no coincidence what's going on here. It ain't no coincidence the stands erupt when it's Ryan Staub. It's not a coincidence at all that they wanted to be Juju. But they want to act like they don't want Cater and he the best one they got. This just like Cleveland fans with that goddamn Dylan Gable. I'm going to give you what you want. Because it's a reason why Coach Prime didn't choose Staub. And I ain't going to tell you he going to choose him going forward. Because for one, he made a decision. And I don't think he's the kind of person that's just going to let you change his mind like that. In fact, he said he knew what he was going to see. And I don't think he's talking about the football because he also said, I know what I see in practice. So he prayed on it and he let it happen. And I bet what he saw is what we saw. The damn right side of the O-line doing a perfect example of what the hell an O-line should look like when it's Ryan Staub. I went back and watched the game twice since it went off. I was like, it's crazy when Ryan Staub is in. All the plays, everything just clicking and gelling. Everybody doing what they supposed to be doing. And the O-line holds up. But not when it's Juju. Not when it's Caden. They don't hate Caden. They hate the fact that a black head coach came in with a black head coach and got rid of a lot of people that was already there. Brought in some old black people and some non-black people. And his black son was quarterback. And he balled out. Because when Shador was balling out, I want to have a run game. But when Ryan Staub was in, then nobody said about no run game. He got 2 negative yards. They don't care about that. Because they never wanted the run game. They just didn't want Shador to shine. And they don't want Caden to shine. They want their favorite, Ryan Staub, who's a sophomore, to shine. Which means he got next year to shine. We trying to win football games. And they trying to play favorites because Coach Prime made a decision and they don't like it. So they figure if I set up Caden to make it look bad, it'll be Ryan Staub. We gonna see. We gonna see. And if he bend to your will, just understand that's the beginning of the end right there. And you're gonna get right what you wanted. The irrelevancy you had before. Because you're gonna lose Juju and you're gonna lose Caden. And then you're gonna have to have Ryan Staub. And Ponder probably gonna be gone too. And that's what you deserve. I like Ryan Staub, but you ain't got to hurt Caden for Ryan Staub to shine. That's the problem. That's exactly what they're doing to Shador. I told you this was the exact same thing down to the right side of the O-line. People said Ryan Staub was out there calling audibles. But it was a reason why Coach Prime didn't choose him. It was a reason why he went and got Caden. But people don't respect it. And they want to hurt Caden, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I don't like 3 black players on the O-line blowing their assignments. And I don't like it being the right side of the O-line that caused Shador try to take him down too. So he had to learn how to play without an O-line. Caden hadn't learned that yet. I guess he didn't read my message when I said run to the left because he still keep running to the right. Caden want to go to the NFL. This is the wonderful experience because Coach Prime has truly set up an NFL program and they racist. So this is what they're going to do to you in the NFL. So get used to it. Sad but true. So I like when people get what they want. But you ain't got to set up Caden to try to make Ryan Staub look better. Because if Ryan Staub is better than Caden, then he would have beat Caden. Caden won this fair and square, and y'all just don't respect Coach Prime decision-making ability. There's a reason why he didn't choose Ryan Staub. It's a reason why Ryan Staub been there the whole time. Maybe he maturing as an individual. Just all it is this disrespect for black people. Disrespect for black people's decision-making abilities when they in leadership positions. That's all this is. It's got to be Juju or it's got to be Ryan Staub. But then you put Juju out here and people talking about he look like Arch Manning. This is why I ain't want him out there. Because he black too. And shame on the right side of the O-line. So let me see what y'all are saying. It said, this is disgusting. It said Pat purposely made the black QBs look mid and the line could not protect while all of a sudden the line protected the white QB and play caller was better than the nasty work. Yeah. And also the 3 guys that they use are all black. That's how it go. That's just how it go. You're going to always find some sellouts. The win doesn't sit well with me. It's Delaware of all teams conference play, out of conference play, about to come up. Let's see how Star performs against tougher Big 12 opponents. Pat still need to be fired. Facts. Because I watched his interview. He started off grinning like a Cheshire cat. I'm like, why are you smiling? Because last week you called a horrible game that did look nothing like CU. But like Coach Prime said, I knew what I was going to see. Because he know. I think he know. They trying to undermine him. So they ask him what he gonna do now. He said, I am not lost on guidance. They trying to undermine him. They would never do this. Whoever Kirby Smart say is quarterback, they trust him in his evaluation process. They don't trust Coach Prime. They gave Shador a hard time. They want to give Caden a hard time. And they're going to give Juju a hard time. All they wanted to do was put Juju in a bad light. Pat and Stefanski using the same playbook. Yep, it's the whole process. Looks familiar to the Browns' last game to me. However, Staub has waited 2 years for his opportunity. Right. You can wait 2 years. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's the guy that was playing for Oregon that waited 4. And they went and got Dylan Gabriel. So here's the thing, okay? You don't just wait in line and get up to the front because you've been here this long. But that's what people want. That's what people want. Shador might have to wait 2 years for his opportunity. People love to tell you, well, Pat Mahomes didn't play in his first year. That don't mean he couldn't have. They just didn't want him to. I don't know why Coach Prime didn't make Ryan Staub the starter when Shador left. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But I know one thing. I know Coach Prime is a good damn coach. And I know he's being undermined. And the fact that you got to sabotage Caden don't mean that Ryan Staub is better than Caden. I don't know because you sabotaged it. Why don't you just let him go out there and play? See, that means you know Caden is better. And I told you, Caden got more accuracy in this game. So I have to go through the trouble to make Caden look worse so Ryan Staub can get an opportunity. What the hell does that tell you? What does that tell you? And Coach Prime made his decision. But I'm going to set up Caden to look worse so Ryan Staub can look like it should have been him all along, which means I'm trying to say Coach Prime don't know what the hell he's doing. They would never do this to Kirby Smart at all. But why they want to do it to Coach Prime? Because they don't even want him there. They don't want him there, and they don't want his choices. That's all that means. You don't respect nothing about the situation. But then if he named Ryan Staub the starter, oh, they going to love him next week. But then if he says it's still Caden, they going to ride. Why? You set up Caden to look worse. That means you know he's better. Caden ain't no different than Shador. And they try to make Shador look bad. We should have had a run game. Why? Other schools have air raid offense with 50 yards on the ground. The run game we had didn't even work. But now everybody can see that Shador was a star. So what? We going to beat up on Caden all season long? And when he leave and get to the NFL, because he going to get there if that's where God want him to be. And it's probably going to be devalued because that's what they working on. But the point is he going to ball out too. It don't matter how long Ryan Staub been on the ground. That's what's wrong with people. You need the best person for the job. And for Ryan Staub to be there the whole time, I think it upsets people that Coach Prime didn't choose him. Well, if you had let it just play out naturally and let Caden play one half and Ryan Staub the second, and the O-line does its job across the board, and the plays are called consistently across the board, then we can see what the hell is going on. But the fact that you got to set up Caden and his going to the NFL year is just trash because Ryan Staub is a damn sophomore. He ain't finna go nowhere. That ought to explain to you what this is about.